How's it going, everyone? I'm Adam Molina. If you live on planet Earth, I'm going to assume that you've encountered the work of Quincy Jones at some point in your life. The man is a living legend, and he's got 27 Grammys and 79 Grammy nominations to prove it. So when AKJ wanted to make a top-of-the-line new pair of studio headphones, he's the guy they called. The product of that partnership are the AKJ N90Qs, and these were in production for 5 years. They feature AKJ's newest True Note technology, which customizes the sound specifically for your ears. The specs and the features look great on paper, but $1,500? They can't be that great, can they? Normally I would skip over the unboxing, but opening these was like unwrapping a Christmas present. The cardboard sleeve has a sleek black and gold design, with the front having the name of the headphones in bold lettering on top of discreetly placed sheet music. The back has a picture of the headphones and all of the features and the included contents. Taking the box out of the cardboard sleeve reveals a minimal black box with only the logos inscribed in dark black. Removing that reveals another box wrapped in another sleeve with a golden quote by Quincy Jones himself that says, "Music holds the world together." After that, you'll get to the case, which is less like a case, more like a goodie box. The case is heavy and solid and has a golden lid with a golden logo inscribed on it. Lots of gold here. Opening the case, you'll find the headphones, a portable power bank, a cleaning cloth, airplane adapter, 1/4-inch adapter, and 3 audio cables. One 1.2 meters in length with an inline mic and remote, another that's 3 meters in length with no remote, and a digital USB connector, also 1.2 meters in length. All with golden accents, of course. Besides that, you'll get a premium sheepskin leather carrying case for the headphones and the accessories as well, and all the fun warranty information. The features don't stop there, as the case has a micro USB port on the back so you can plug into the case itself in order to charge the power bank or the headphones. Completely unnecessary, but very cool. The headphones have sheepskin leather adorning the ear pads and the top of the adjustable headband to go along with the smooth aluminum that makes up the remainder of the headphones. The gold and black theme present on the box is carried over to the headphones as well. Each ear cup is black with a golden Q in the middle. The ear cups also rotate a full 90 degrees outwards so that they can lay flat on your chest when you're not using them. Pretty helpful considering how big these are. That said, they're surprisingly light and not heavy at all. They also need to be big considering the huge 52mm drivers in them to go along with that True Note technology that AKJ threw into these. They're also very flexible, and I'm confident that they'll fit any size head without a problem. Though I didn't push them to the limits of their flexibility since I don't have $1,500 to replace them, they held up fairly well against my usual twists and stretches while putting them on. On the bottom of the right ear cup is where you'll find everything you need to get started, including the power switch, auto calibration button, micro USB port, and the 2.5mm audio jack. The ear cups also have dual density memory foam, which is fancy talk for really freaking comfortable. They do more than just add comfort though, as their size allows them to also passively block any outside noise from entering the ear cup. This leads us to all the ways that these headphones can connect to your audio source. It comes with 3 audio cables, 2 2.5 to 3.5mm auxiliary cords, and 1 digital cable. The 2.5mm end goes into the right ear cup, while the 3.5mm end goes into your device. One of the cords is strictly for audio with no inline mic or playback controls and measures 3 meters in length. This is the one you want to use if you're mixing down a track in a studio, while the second auxiliary cord is more suited for portability. It measures only 1.2 meters in length and comes with an inline mic and a single button remote. The remote gives you control over playback and volume if you have an iDevice. 1 click will pause and resume playback, while 2 clicks will skip to the next track, and 3 clicks will return to a previous track. If you have an Android device or any other device, you'll only be able to play or pause a song and skip to the next one. That said, you don't have to rely on the inline controls for volume, since you can simply rotate the control ring on the right ear cup in order to raise or lower the volume. I encountered no hiccups when doing this, and after you get used to it, it's a very intuitive way to control the volume. The rings move smoothly, and the clicks that sound while rotating are oddly satisfying. The last cable is a micro USB to USB cable, and allows you to connect directly to the computer to listen to music, as the AKJ N90Qs have their own built-in DAC for when you want to bypass the one in your source device. They're supposed to also work on Android phones, but I couldn't figure out how it was supposed to connect. AKJ estimated 12 hours of battery life, and this was fairly accurate in our testing. We were able to push it closer to 11.5 with active noise cancelling turned on. Unfortunately, you can't use the headphones at all once the battery is depleted, so it's a good thing that they packed in a portable power bank so you could charge them on the fly. One feature that I wish these had is just a simple indicator light to show me how much battery life is left. Here's where things get interesting. These are the first headphones to use AKJ's new custom technology called TrueNote. This enables the headphones to calibrate the sound best suited for you based on your ear shape and the pressure distribution in the ear cup via two tiny microphones in each ear cup. Pretty cool. Aside from that, these also have amazing active noise cancelling, even though it does take a second or two to turn on with an audible pop. How good is it? Well, when I first tried them on in Midtown Manhattan, it was slightly disorienting when the city around me went silent. Only the occasional yell or honk of the horn was discernible when the music was playing. Besides that, you can also control how much bass or treble you want simply by rotating the control ring on the left ear cup. Pair that with the 3 settings that you can cycle through by clicking the multifunction button on the right ear cup, and you have full control of everything you want to hear. The first setting is called Standard, and it disables the DSP spatial processing while holding back on the volume and some of the bass, allowing for a more casual listening experience. The second setting is called Studio, and as the name says, is meant for the most natural reproduction of sound as it was mixed by the engineer in the studio. The last setting is called Surround, which increases the soundstage remarkably. Though I did most of my testing in the studio mode through a Scarlett 2i2 audio interface, I found that the surround setting was amazing when listening to classical pieces and jazz. I also did some testing via a smartphone and tablet, but that was mainly just to test the playback controls, since I don't see too many people using a $1,500 pair of headphones on their daily commute. The low end was well represented with bass kicks and bass guitars clearly defined throughout a number of different genres. Towards the end of Rapture by Tropics, the added percussion during the solos kept a steady beat and didn't muddy anything up at all. As that's normally a problem I have with some of my other headphones, I felt like I was hearing that part of the song for the first time. Similar to the lows, I was blown away by how clear and crisp vocals were in some of my favorite songs. For example, Iron by Woodkid has an orchestra with horns and strings throughout the piece, and they sometimes sound like there's a cloud hovering over his vocals, but that was not the case here. Vocals came through crispy clear, floating on top of all the instrumentation. The highs also came through clear with no harshness that I could detect at all. They were held down a little too much for my liking, but that was an easy fix by simply cycling through the control ring on the left ear cup that controls treble. Cymbals and hi-hats definitely make their presence known, but not to the point of discomfort at all in any of the songs that I was listening to. These are pretty much the best sounding headphones that I've ever heard. That said, are they worth $1,500? It depends. If you have a deep pocket and are looking to get the best of the best anyway, then yeah, they are. However, there are plenty of other options out there that also have good sound quality and at a fraction of the cost. So if you're looking to spend upwards of $1,000 on a pair of headphones anyway, you might as well add these to your consideration. For the rest of us, take that money and go on a vacation. We're giving the AKG N90Qs a 9.3 out of 10.